Good afternoon, Brian with Grand Roofing. We're going to switch out this plastic box vent. Actually, a lot of these box vents that are bad and deteriorating and cracking. I did a video just the other day showing one of them where, actually it's this one right here maybe, where it's deteriorating. You just rub your finger in it, it's kind of scratching. You probably see the video. I think I just released it down on the truck just minutes ago. It was shot yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I don't remember. We're gonna do this now. We're gonna do this one uncut, unedited, putting in this style to match those two over there. This was an addition added on. So if you're looking at how to switch out a plastic box vent, because it's deteriorating, because hail cracked it and broke it, a tree smashed it, doesn't matter. I'm gonna show you how to pop this out, put the new one back in, and it's basically the same process if you're adding a vent, except what you're gonna need to do is mark up slightly. You're gonna notch the shingle, cut it. I think I've covered a video like that. If you wanna see that, comment down below. The more comments I get on that, the better opportunity I will to shoot that for you guys. It takes time, asset, resources to do this. If you could, give it a quick thumbs up. I'm gonna put the GoPro on. We're gonna switch one out, show you how to do it. Same process. I'm not gonna bore you doing the rest of these. So let's do it right here. As always, on the way in, let me know where you're watching from. It's nice to know that this is kind of content is helping you guys out there. So just let me know, and it's nice to read the comments. Some of the basic simples is in the tools you're gonna need, as in every video. I'm gonna link in the description the ladder standoff. It helps on security, doesn't blow over, slide out, kick out at no additional cost to you. It does help support the channel. No different than the caulkings I use. This is a different one today. My AGC mag hatchet. Just check the link in the description. It does help, and it does not cost anything additional to you. All right, let's get busy into this. I'm gonna estimate this to maybe take 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, because I'm gonna do the commentary here for it. Some roofers over the years, they shot more nails. Sometimes you get lucky, there's only 3. So we're gonna start by removing the bottom 3 here. Try not to damage your work site. Should not be a problem. Pop these 3 nails out, and with any luck, the vent should slide right out, relatively easy. These have deteriorated so much, this back is wore out. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. I'll try to maybe link it in the description later, if I can remember. Sometimes there's tar up under them when they installed it, so you might need to pop that free. It may be nailed off. It feels like this one is nailed off. Don't need that yet, set that down. If there are nails, you just need to work these shingles apart. Get under here, see, and of course you can see there's that nail right there. That's what we're trying to get out. Hopefully the view is on the part you want to see here. I don't have a photographer, just GoPro strapped on my head. There's another nail close to this one, but it should be out of the way of the flange. If you can, let me take GoPro off, you can see it a little better. See the second nail there? Right here. It's out of the way of the flange, I think, so we're gonna just try it. You also need to check down this. Good roofers would nail it off more. Some roofers are a little lazy and don't put the nails. I've been on some crews where they literally just put a seal around it, shove it in, tack, 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 and then walk away with it. This one's actually just got one on this shingle. It's broke free. We'll address that in a minute. Tuck it aside somewhere. This is free now. Comes out. You can see where they had a bit of sealer coming up over this. You can see the mark where it was squished out to about a 1/2 inch thick or so coming down the side. It's probably stuck up under there a little bit. Feels good and warm in there. All right, we're gonna just set that aside. Just kind of check and prep, make sure no nails sticking up. It's gonna slide right in easy. Looks like a Tamco top seal. Looks like a Tamco for sure. Tamco, I don't know if this is out of the Frederick plant or what, but you can see the TAM right there. Yeah, it's top seal. All right, let's get this as a quick dry fit to go in. Width is good, and it's gonna go in good. It's gonna hang down slightly, which is absolutely fine. I'll explain why. It's also gonna match what somebody did when they did this addition, when this was built on back here. All right, some people make the mistake of nailing this right down the roof deck and roofing over. Imagine water coming off of this here, and you got shingles now completely over this. It's gonna run right off on your roof deck. You've got to tuck under your flashing flanges, whatever it is. So with water coming down here, it's gonna be on a shingle if it comes off, on a shingle if it comes off. That's the way you want it. right, let's take this back out. Let's seal it. Let's get this put in. Try to keep within that 5-10 minute allotment there. When it's in its place, that height, you can see how much is going to be covered, what's going to be visible. So we're going to seal down to about that range. These grooves help make it rigid. This little channel line here is supposed to be intended to, if you get water backing up or running laterally, it hits it, it runs down it and not off of it. The other little thing I'm going to try to do, if you're doing a new install, it's important that you try to do this, but because this is a repair, this is not a new install, it's going to be a little harder. You want to try to nip your corner of a certain row of shingle. So this point, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk, well not a few minutes, but a little time to talk about this. This top headlap right here is a sharp point. Water coming down that vent could catch this and run laterally across that due to surface tension. Same on this side, well it's the one that's sitting up here. You don't want that, so you want to nip it as a dog ear. Let me put the GoPro on, I'll show you that. A lot of manufacturers are now saying you need to do this on closed cut valleys, box vents, anything that would pose a sharp corner like that. It doesn't take much. You got the camera on here. You're just gonna slice a little bit of an angle here. And what that's gonna do, if water comes off that flange and catches this, it's not gonna go defy gravity and go uphill. It's gonna follow it down and follow this channel down. That's why it's important to nip the top corners of valleys and flashing, things like this. As I said, this roof is older. They didn't require some little techniques like this back then. And nowadays, if your roofers aren't doing it, they either don't know about it, they don't continually educate themselves in some new techniques and practices, or they really just don't give a damn. We're gonna squirt just a little sealer down in here. It's a new tube. Why is my caulking gun not working right? There we go. And then down this flange here on the outer edge of that channel. It doesn't take much, it's just to help seal it. This is a little pitchier roof. It's not steep by any means, but it's steep enough for your tools to slide off. Just get it started and slid under. Don't get stuck under your paper. You're going to cause a point where it won't want to slide under. Get it centered left and right. Have a little room for the water channel to flow through. We're going to use a hand nail and just hand nail drive this in right here. That'll be sealed. This edge here, I'm not a fan of water coming down. A lot of that's going to be covered, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but I'll show you something with that here in a second. We're going to squirt just a little bit down under the edge of that, right to that bottom there. It does not take much at all, but when this is nailed down, it's going to prevent water from coming in under it. I've done videos about bathroom soil vent pipes and things like that where water can wick up under due to surface tension. Just try to avoid it. If this was higher exposed, water would easily over time run in under this edge and get into the underside shank, even though the top is sealed, if that makes sense. Those two are done. Get this third one. We're going to drive a couple shingle nails in going up the side. This is not my normal sealer. I like to use the GEOCEL 4500 brand. Black works really good for stuff, but we are getting into colder weather. Weather patterns are changing here. Where'd my little, oh, it's over there. So this stuff functions at a much lower temperature, whereas the 4500 is actually real thick. Now, since I have a good easy striking point right here, I'm going to add one just on the edge of the flange here. Not necessary. Get this shoved back. Oh, this is the other side I got to notch off real quick. Just a little notch. You can see it, water won't hit and run up that. Get that shoved under, lined up where it needs to be. Kind of a pain. because it's up under here. I mean, I guess you could probably fold that and pull that up more, but not bad. We're getting by, managing. The nail here is compromised. It's kind of blown through. We're gonna nail it off one more time. Try to not ever have just one nail in a shingle tab because it could twist and pivot. Chances are it would not here because it's flat edges up against that there. We're just gonna add one more near that flange. Don't necessarily need it here because I'm gonna catch that top. Ooh, that's gonna be hard to get into. It almost feels like there's still, there we go, the seal strip is still kind of barely in it. This is a little brittle. I don't really want to damage this shingle. Again, this is a repair. I'm not doing a brand new roof install. This might be a little on the low side right there. That should, it might be a tick low, but we're gonna seal it. It's covered, completely covered. We're gonna seal this off in a second. Check this side here. That's got a nail close. This one's gonna be pretty easy to get to, so we'll hit one right in here near the flange. You don't want to catch the flange so close to your left of that rib or seal strip you put in. Starting to get a mess of that stuff on me now. It is on, it's not lifting, it's not gonna go anywhere. The last important step, last but not least, seal those nail holes in that shingle because it's compromised. Honestly, it was an old Tamco, which has always been compromised from day one. But this is honestly one of the better sticking Tamco strips I've seen in a minute. Since they have come out with their new Titan line, massive improvements. That's gonna stick. That'll stick. I already got that one. Bottom sealed. A little dab. A little line. A spider coming down my face from the GoPro. That's it. All right. Try to get that tar, I hate tar, off of my hand. There we go. It's in. What are we at here? 12 minutes. 12 minutes. I busted a little bit, but normally I know what I can do, and you can do this enough. It's kind of a little bit of a routine. You can knock them out real quick, but again, it takes a little time to kind of explain things, point out the little dog nip ear corners, things like that. I guess the important part is if you need to switch one of these out due to something being compromised, you can, and you have the ability to do this and save a lot of money, especially now. 2024, getting ready to start November here, Indiana, 2024. Money's tight for a lot of people. I get it. You can save a lot of money. It's something you can do with basic tools. Watch a few videos, think it through a little bit, and try it. I mean, if you botch it, then you hire somebody. So the videos are intended to help you guys. So until next time, be safe. Let me know where you're watching from. I know you've made it this far. What city, state, what country, and I appreciate it. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.